Yeah, Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laps in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. About to raise the bar, wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk, Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk, Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card Mar. Hey. Wild card Mar. Wild card Mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card Mar. Wild card Mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card Mar. Wild card Mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card Mar. Wild card Mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mar. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card Mar.
Yeah. What's happening? It's your boy Wildcard Mar back in the building here with another episode of I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition. It's episode 378. Yes, sir. And always, I'm gonna shout out my guy 40 Water Silent Hill TDS. Check out his page, Hitch Hikers. I know I'm so excited for my brother, Hitch Hikers. YouTube. Check him out. And then, of course, y'all know what it is. Tap in with your boy, Wildcard Mar, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, right here. I.O.W. Sports Network. We here. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, let you know every time we drop new content. Hit the like button, please. Share that joint, please. Spread the word what we got going on. I.O.W. Sports Network as well. Or I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter. Hey. Man, I'm just excited to see y'all, excited to be here. Got some things to talk about. I'm gonna give out my quarter mid-card report because about this time, well, I know it's 17 games now, but when 16 games, once you play 4 games that first month, and everybody pretty much have played 4 games and they start taking buys in week 5, you pretty much got an idea of somewhere where teams are headed. So we'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about some other sports news. Obviously, there's some college football coming up this weekend, some dope matchups. Obviously, me being from the Midwest, the Red River rivalry, you know what it is. Oklahoma, Texas, both 5-0, doing battle. Red rivalry shootout, Red River rivalry. You feel me? Hey, yo, shout out to Tone. My man, Tony the Savant. Y'all tap in with my guys' content on YouTube. Tony the Savant, good dude. Hey, if you saw Monday's show, he was here. We chopped it up. Definitely had a great time. But y'all make sure y'all tap in with my guy. Show him some love for real. But no, man, let me hit some of this other sports news that's going on. Hey, for all my baseball heads, hey, it's wild card season. Obviously, I kind of spoke on it last night. They do the 3-game sets. I'm loving it. But the first set of the wild cards, they done. They done and over with. Cass was not playing. They was like, yo, we trying to get to the second round. Bump all this wild cards. We trying to move on. So the Rangers, they beat the snot out of the Tampa Bay Rays 4-0 yesterday, 7-1 today. So they moving on. You feel me? Of course, the Blue Jays. Now, check this out. They lost to the Twins yesterday 3-1, and today they lost to them 2-0. And the Twins haven't won a playoff series in a long time. It's been a hot minute. So they handled business. The Diamondbacks, they went into Milwaukee, smacked them up 5-2 today. They beat them, of course, 6-3 yesterday. They moving on. And then the Phillies at home, you know, in fighting fields in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you know, they bopped up on the Marlins yesterday 4-1, and they bopped up on them today 7-1. So, I mean, hey, every wild card game, 2 and done. We out. We got things to do. They was not playing around. Texas wasn't playing around. They knocked out a 99-win team in Tampa Bay. That AL East was loaded this year. Obviously, Baltimore Orioles win that division. The Rays, 99 wins. Toronto, 89 wins. All 3 of those teams make the playoffs. You know, Yankees, 82-80. They were above 500. They couldn't make the playoffs. 78 win. Boston team, they still down in the dumps. But anyway, regardless, it's some good teams that got put out. Milwaukee, 92 wins. Gone home. Stay home. Matter of fact, they got beat up at home. Arizona did the damn thing at the crib. They said, hey, man, just clean your lockers out. Go ahead. While you here, after the game, we gonna pop some champagne. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love when in baseball, after each round, they pop the champagnes. Now, I know some cats that play sports are superstitious, as in I ain't trying to pop no champagne until I get the big one, which I understand. But I just think it's dope. Like, hey, we won a round call round. Yeah, pop the, you know, I'm like, it's a wild call round, dog. Like, like you still got a divisional, and then the championship series, and then the World Series. You feel me? Like you got a minute. You know what I'm saying? You got a minute before you get there. You got a minute, and then don't pop the champagne yet. Like it's a wild card round. Oh my God, the temperature in the room just changed because this ugly mug just showed up.
That's just because I got a fever. It got hot in here. I didn't even have my soup. I just took my little mini pack, my child pack of Ritz crackers. I was like, I'll get the soup later. I'm going down to get into it with this motherfucker.
But no, MLB's been around. Tony says, who you got winning the World Series? I mean, it's kind of hard to go against Atlanta right now. Obviously, Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to win the NL MVP. I mean, the man just did something that's never been done before, 40-70. So it's hard to go against him. And not only that, just historically what that lineup is doing with they're smacking the shit out the baseball. They're putting home runs like I need to see the mileage of how much home runs that they've hit all season. I need to see that. Like it's probably they probably can go from Atlanta all the way to LA with the mileage.
Probably as much yardage as the Dolphins put on the Broncos.
Hey man, Italy Jet, Gino, what's happening with you, man? What's happening?
I'm gonna tell you what's up. I gotta yell at Gino real quick. I saw you on Sunday night. We took pictures together, and I'm still waiting for that shit to hit my phone. Step your text game up. And then it was great. Like he came over, him, Porto, and his other boy came over. You know, met me and Nikki. And then I'm coming out of the game, and like we're flowing out, and then I just see him sitting there all slouched over, like all upset. On like thousands of people are walking. I'm seeing so many people. I just see him. I was like, "Yo, what's up? You all right?"
No, yeah, Gino, man. Gino had hit me up. He's like, yo, you here? I'm like, nah, I couldn't swing it, dog. So I wish I could have. But
I want to see Baltimore win. I think it would be great.
You took it right out of my mouth.
I root for the underdog. You know that. I'm a Jet fan. I root for the underdog, and haven't hated Baltimore since the 90s, back with like the Rafael Palmeiro days, you know, and
Eddie Murray.
I think for everything that they've been through, a little after him, right? Well,
him and Rafael wasn't too far off from each other.
I think Rafael replaced Eddie Murray, right? That's when they got him to come in.
Yeah.
You know, but I got nothing against Baltimore. Like I like that they've been dog shit for so long, and I love that they built it up with a young, exciting team. I would love to see a team like that go and win it, you know, instead of the perennial Yankees, Red Sox, Atlanta, Dodgers. I'd love to see the Orioles just find a way and show people that it can be done without the big payroll. You paying attention, Steinbrenner?
Yeah. Come on. You know you're not changing anything on how it gets operated over there. You know that, right? No matter how much you bitch complaining right here, it ain't gonna matter. You know that.
I know. I can dream though. I can dream, man.
Saying, you do know that, right? Because like they the ones.
Some people dream of freedom. I dream of lower payroll with more efficient players.
Hey, you know, I guess the Steinbrenner, well, in their thought process is that money can buy you efficiency, and you know that's just not the case. Regardless, yeah, I'm with you. I would like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing.
I got him. Thank you.
I wouldn't mind seeing Baltimore do their thing, getting up in that joint. Hell, I mean, who's left?
Their matchup? What are the matchups for the divisional series?
You got Houston in Minnesota, and then you have Atlanta and Philly. You got Diamondbacks and Dodgers, and then you got Rangers, Orioles.
Oh, that's good. East Coast, West Coast in the NL. Dodgers and Braves, and then you got Diamondbacks and Dodgers, Braves and Phillies, and then you got Diamondbacks and Dodgers. So it's like East Coast. You don't have to worry about going back and forth, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That helps them out. So, and they're division rivals. They play each other,
but they'll still have like 3 days off, like NBA.
No, but I'm saying like I think the excitement factor comes in is because they played each other so many times during the season, and now it happens in postseason where it matters. So
5 or 7 in Major League Baseball. 5 or 7 this round.
I believe division is 5. Let me double check. I do know that the wild card now is 3. Is best out of 3. So yes, wild card is best out of 3. Division is best out of 5, and of course, championship is 7, and so is World Series. So, and
just like with baseball, and you have a lot in common. Wild card ain't shit, motherfucker.
Cordial, this sauce holding that. We're gonna get there. We gotta tease you about
that play don't even bother me.
Relax. But let's move on to there's a couple of things that I've been thinking about, big homie. Obviously, we're at our quarter mark, right? We're at our quarter mark of the season, and you kind of can get a glimpse of what most teams are. So I think we're at that
17th game throws off the math, right?
It does. That's why I still
like after that first quarter this weekend, then we're at the quarter mark.
but that's the thing. I'm still going quarter mark based off how we grew up. It was 16 games. Damn it! After four games, all right, I got an idea how to.
Might be the last time we agree the rest of the show, so we're gonna enjoy this for a second.
But I know the Texans are at 2-2, and if you look at that division, man, I think I might have misjudged the Texans. I might have misjudged them.
Nobody expected Stroud to come out playing like this.
He's balling.
Averaging 300 yards a game, no interceptions in 4 games. When do you see rookies not throwing interceptions? When do you see veterans go 4 games without throwing interceptions? That's like Aaron Rodgers stuff.
He's playing good ball. I'm thinking like, yo, this shit might be too good to be true. And I'm waiting for the other few to drop.
Yeah, they've been impressive. Like they've been a really big surprise so far this season.
Yeah. Matter of fact, JJ Watt was on Pat McAfee's show, and he had a question from Darius Butler. So let's kind of take a listen to that, because I think it kind of plays into what, like, my thought process on what's going on down there.
Speaking of optimism, your former teammate, DeMeco Ryan's head coach, we get a little peek of like some post-game, speeches to the team and stuff like that. His team figured out with some backups on the O-line how to slow down a great pass rush. But what is it about DeMeco that he's got those guys rolling? Like, I know obviously they hit on C.J. Stroud, hit on Will, but Nick inherited a mess over there in Houston. So what is it with DeMeco that helped those rolling?
Yeah, I got to sit in on meetings this week with DeMeco. Obviously, I've known him since I came into the league as a rookie, and he was my captain, and I got to learn and watch him. But sitting in his meetings was fascinating because he's brilliant. He's an extremely smart football mind and has unbelievable IQ. But more importantly, it's his communication skills. He has an ability to get that message across to the players and to share his knowledge in a way that they understand. Some coaches have all the knowledge in the world, but they can't relate it to their players and get them to comprehend it. DeMeco has the ability to do both, and it's really, really fun to watch when you sit in that meeting room, and he has such a young team, but he's getting them to understand this 20 years of football knowledge that he has, and he's feeding it to these young guys, and they're eating it up, and they're getting better every single day.
I mean, JJ's he's giving nothing but glorious praise to DeMeco Ryans. I understand.
Great point though, too, right? Yeah. Like, you could be the most brilliant mind in the world, but if you can't convey it to other people to grasp and pick up what you're teaching, it's worthless. And when you're in the job of teaching.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I just hearing that and seeing what they're doing, I completely underestimated the Houston Texans. Completely underestimated. And hey, I underestimated the DeMeco Ryans factor, because I like the hiring, and I make the jokes. Hey man, hey man, you a brother? You sure you want to go to Houston? I mean, we see how they've been doing y'all down there in Houston. You one and done. You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not me being funny. That's just what they've been doing.
No, we talked about it.
So it's like, man, I've always thought Houston was such a dumpster fire as a franchise. I mean, we've seen what's been going on there. They've been trying to be Patriot South so much. It's like, it's not working. But they got a Texan guy. DeMeco Ryans is a former Texan, former linebacker, so he's there. I underestimated that part of it. But C.J. Stroud, Tony, you're looking like an MVP right now. So that goes into one of my quarter mark rip report cards. Give me some names that would be on that MVP list right now, Nick.
Christian McCaffrey would be
easy.
Number one.
Easy.
Number one. I think if you look after 4 games, Christian McCaffrey is the MVP of the NFL.
Easy.
No quarterback is running away with it. Burrow is nothing right now. Mahomes hasn't been Mahomes-like. He's made some nice plays, but statistically, he's not racking it up, right? They've been under 23 points in 3 of the games, and then they're becoming more of a running team, which we've talked about. Like, with that monster 3-man interior, you don't need Mahomes to go for 404 touchdowns every Sunday now. They can win the games in other ways. They become a very complete team.
I've been screaming about, give me that shit.
Tua was doing okay.
No, Tua's in that conversation. MVP right now.
Yeah, Tua's up there. Trevor Lawrence is off to a slow start. Chargers are being the Chargers again, where some weeks they score 35, they give up 36.
I got to put Justin Jefferson.
Hurts hasn't been playing really elite. If anything, you could say Swift has been valuable there. Nobody on Dallas. They've been a good, solid team all around. No one's standing. I think right now, if I have to vote, I'm voting McCaffrey 1.
Oh yeah, McCaffrey easily is number 1. I would definitely put 2 in there, and probably Justin Jefferson. Those would be probably my 3 MVP candidates.
If they're 1 and 3, though, I would do more Offensive Player of the Year for Jefferson. You got to be winning for me to give you a most valuable player pick. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm not mad at it. I hear you. But
Right.
I'm just saying, like, as in right now, if players that are so valuable to the teams and balling out of control, I will put those 3 in there for sure. But I do hear your point. Vikings are trash as a team, so we see that Justin Jefferson's getting his numbers, but it's not affecting the win column. So, give
Same
me
with Cousins, right? It's why you can't mention Cousins. Cousins on pace still for 6,000 yards, I think.
Yeah, but
when you're 1 and 3, you have no value. You're just compiling.
Yeah, you just get numbers. Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh, you're throwing it. We did not plan this. I did not know these questions were coming. So I'm thinking,
I know it's all organic. I could throw some names out there for you that might help you.
I'm pulling it right now.
Definitely
yesterday.
Definitely Khalil Mack, because he just went to the leaderboard in one game. In sacks in one game. Yeah. Hey, that's how pitiful you Raiders are. Khalil Mack had 6 sacks in one game, and it shot him up to the leaderboard.
That's why I don't like going to games, because we were at the stadium by 2:00. You know, I called you at 2:00. I'm like, I'm here already, dude. I forgot about the pre-show. And it's you miss a lot that's going on. You know, Parsons has got to be in the conversation. Judon was, but Judon,
that injury. I don't know how long he's out. Okay, so here's the injury to me that really hurts more than both of those injuries of Judon and Christian Gonzalez are costly injuries, but losing Gonzalez for the year is tough. That was tough. But yeah, Khalil Mack, in one game, he shot himself up there. Definitely TJ Watt. You'll be surprised. Josh Allen of the Jaguars is up there at the top of the leaderboard with sacks.
You go both Josh Allens, right? You go Josh Allen, who we didn't mention, for MVP, and Josh Allen for Defensive Player of the Year.
Hey, you couldn't go wrong. Give me your most disappointing team right now at the quarter mark. The team that's just absolutely just like
the Jaguars. I'll give you one in each conference. I'll give you Jaguars.
Okay.
And I'll give you Giants.
Now, are the Giants really that kind of a disappointment? We weren't expecting them to really do nothing.
I didn't expect them to be good, but I expected them to compete. With the way we saw them fight and compete last year, they're not even competitive right now.
I got you.
That's the difference. I mean, I know you lost Andrew Thomas, who's an outstanding left tackle, and you lost Barkley, your main guy, but you're not competing.
That's fair.
That's the disappointment. It's like, you lose 40-0 at home. You lose 24-3 at home. You had a crazy comeback against the Cardinals. There's a stat that says the Jets and the Giants have not ran a single offensive play this year with a lead. Giants scored in the last minute to beat the Cardinals, and the Jets had the punt return to beat Buffalo in overtime.
Yeah. I hear you on definitely on the Jaguars. The 2-2, their offense is struggling like hell. I mean, like you said, you had Trevor Lawrence. A lot of people had Trevor Lawrence in MVP conversation, preseason MVP conversation, and just ain't coming around. But and I know it's because of injury, but I got to throw the Bengals out there as most disappointing team.
Yes, yeah, you're right. Them too.
The fact of the matter is, you're 1-3, and I said this the other night. I wouldn't have been disappointed had y'all set Joe down. I'd have been okay if you set him weeks 1, 2, and 3, and let him come back healthy. Is it worth having him play these first 4 games and you're still 1-3? And now this injury is going to be a year-long situation?
Yeah.
Or is it beneficial to play him for 13 or 14 games and have him at his peak playing better, because his injury is affecting him and it's quite obvious. He can't move.
You got to be aware of with Rodgers. You got to be aware of Rodgers had a calf strain in OTAs, ended up with the Achilles snapping. Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant had the calf strains, didn't heal right, Achilles snaps. You gotta be careful how you push it, because the body does what the body wants.
It does what it wants to. So no matter that's only when it comes to.
I'm gonna throw the Bears out there too as a disappointment for me.
Really?
I really thought Justin Fields was going to evolve in year 3, and I thought with the trades and the improvements that they made with the team,
They were a 3-win team last year. Like how much improvement did you really think they was going to do?
I mean, not -62 in the plus minus in 4 games. I mean, Giants are -76. They're -62. Denver's -50. Cincinnati's -45. New England's -42. I mean, these teams are bad.
Yeah, definitely offensively can't score. Or either that, or you just giving up the cheeks. Broncos. But I mean,
hope they keep giving them up Sunday.
Yeah, that's fine. Brees Hall is looking to go crazy, especially the place that he had the injury at last year. So
I know you're not a Jet fan, but I know you appreciate Brees Hall. The Jets have a first time ever behind the scene look documentary releasing tomorrow, 12 o'clock on YouTube.
Yeah.
It is a year-long documentary following Brees Hall. It's a behind the scenes look at a player going through recovery, and the Jets have labeled it as a behind the scenes look that no one in any sport has ever done before about his journey coming back. So it's for a football fan, I think it's going to be a really cool watch, and the Jets do a really good job with their production.
Yeah, that's like some WWE shit. They would follow the wrestlers on their road to recovery. And so
Last ride with the Undertaker, right?
Yeah. No, that's pretty dope.
Last ride. Last dance was Jordan.
It's just the problem with the Bengals is, for me, is just that I just think like you can't sacrifice the rest of the season on this one injury and hoping that it gets better with Joe. You should have just sat him. It'd have been okay. Because even if you went 1-3, 2-2 without him, I mean, come on, you get your guy back and healthy,
and you have something to look forward to, right?
Exactly.
You're not hearing Chase saying, "I'm open. I'm always fucking open."
And he's hurt. Oh, he's hot. Because that's my point, Nick. When Joe's not 100% healthy, it's affecting his game, it's affecting everybody else's game. So this is a domino effect of this calf, and it's killing everything else because that Bengals team is trash right now. But yeah, I feel that. I think we both can say Texans are probably the most surprising team at the whole NFL right now, even though they're 2-2. I get it. Quarter mark. Unless you got another team out there that you want to throw out there.
Surprising in a good way?
Yeah. Like, wow. Oh, they're playing better than I thought they were.
I said Washington, the way they competed and almost knocked off Philly. Washington's been a pleasant surprise. I'm a fan of the enemy. Tampa Bay 3-1. I think that's a surprise with Baker Mayfield.
I don't know how to let them.
I mean, the biggest surprise in the NFL is Puka Nacua, the wide receiver from the Rams, as a rookie with 39 catches in 4 games.
No, that's fair.
That dude has been. I mean, you could look at him and say MVP, right? He's doing better than
his numbers. Yeah, his numbers are up there with JJ's, with Justin Jefferson's. They're up there. So he's not far. I know he's top 5 in receiving yards for sure.
Yeah, Jefferson's 543. He's 501.
Yeah, and then Tyreek's right behind him too. So yeah, man, I think those are some good surprise teams right there for sure. But that's just kind of my quarter mark report cards. Oh, coach of the year. If we were to end it right now, throw me a name
right now.
Yeah, throw me a name out there that you would possibly
Todd Bowles with the Buccaneers being 3-1.
Ooh, that's fair.
A guy who's been dogged a lot too for his years with the Jets. And
good call.
Right now, today, 3-1 Bucks. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card, dude.
No, if they did, you better play that on FanDuel. You'd be a rich man.
They lied.
No, that's actually,
and you got to look at the Miami coach, right?
Yeah, Mike McDaniel. I was going to say that as well, but I was definitely going to say Mike McDaniel, but I didn't think about Todd Bowles because
Dan Campbell.
Yes, Dan Campbell,
Bowles, and
McDaniel.
And Shanahan in San Francisco's always got to be there too, because he's just. It's almost like you can give every award to San Francisco, right?
Hey man,
I'm both the Defensive Player of the Year, McCaffrey MVP.
Hey man, right now to me, there's no other better team in the land right now than San Fran. So San Fran is.
I think they blow out Dallas Sunday night. I hope to God they do.
We know they should. I'm curious to see what the Vegas line is going to look like before I give my first opinion on that. And then I'll speak on it. But this is our first me and Nick's first time talking since Sunday night.
Let's clarify that though. Nick did hold up his part of the deal, where our agreement was loser calls the winner to congratulate them. I did call you from the stadium. I wasn't even outside the stadium yet, and I called you, but you couldn't answer.
Yeah,
I did hold up my part of the bargain.
Yeah, you did. But hey, a lot of controversy, and for more ways than one. I'm not tired of talking about Taylor Swift, so I shouldn't even say it. Shit, damn it. I know it. See, that's how you feel. That's how I feel too. I feel sick about anything Taylor Swift. Right.
I'm so happy that the Jets. I know she was on TV a ton. They did not mention her with celebrities who were there. They only mentioned Jets fans. They didn't put her on the board once. So kudos to MetLife and the Jets.
Yeah, but he still shot your ticket prices up the moment she said she was going. And that's what's really irritating me because wifey was looking at some tickets, and I'm hoping she grabs them sooner rather than later because once they get confirmation that she's going, I'm like, ugh, you already know the price is about to go jacked. You be over there paying $300 sitting in the nosebleeds, bleeding your nose. But go ahead, give me your synopsis of the game. Break it down, man.
God, I hope that's the Zach Wilson we see every week from now on. I mean, nobody had that on their bingo card. Nobody had Zach Wilson being the first quarterback in college or the NFL to throw less interceptions, more completions, more yardage, higher completion percentage, and more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes. Nobody picked. You know what the odds would have paid to pick Zach Wilson to be the guy to finally outplay Mahomes? I've talked about the Jets a lot. We just had our show. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You concerned about your team? 23-20 with the Jets, 17-9 with the Jags. We did a very good job after the first quarter eliminating the tight ends, and I felt you guys couldn't do anything. We only scored 6 points in the last 3 quarters. I feel that if you take away the tight ends on the Chiefs, there's going to be some problems.
Reason why I'm not concerned is that our defense is playing well enough to make things happen. Top 5 defense right now in the league. And when you see Isaiah Pacheco in the running game get more involved, because honestly, I can't even tell you the last time I've ever seen anything that resembled a running game. Well, okay, under Andy Reid, I'll say when we first got Kareem Hunt was when the last time we showed anything that resembled a running offense. But before Kareem Hunt, before that, really didn't exist. And they've been trying to find it since they lost Kareem Hunt. Under Andy Reid. Now, he did have Jamal Charles for a couple of years, but Jamal Charles,
you know what it reminds me of?
Gave up.
Reminds me when Peyton Manning got Edgerrin James. Yeah, he had Marshall Faulk, and Faulk was a great weapon, like a Hunt, right? Like an all-around weapon, because he could catch and run. I'm not putting Kareem Hunt on Marshall Faulk's level, but
yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
when you add a runner like Edgerrin James in there who can take the game over, that's what I see with Pacheco evolving with the Chiefs right now. It's
nice to see It's just that I know him being a 7th rounder, we're gonna enjoy it right now because they're not gonna pay him. I mean, the Chiefs they're a big component that's been kind of killing the running back market just as much as any other team. I mean, they've been doing this running back by committee thing, having certain backs do certain jobs, like Jerick McKinnon. He's been our receiving back. Clyde Edwards is, primarily our short yardage. Isaiah Pacheco is pretty much, he's the closest thing that we got to every down back. But he still doesn't play every down. So I love what he's doing. I love the fact that he had an all-around game in his home city, home state back in Jersey. He got to show out in front of the hometown crowd, hometown fans. I'm pretty sure
he had a big following there. Me and Nikki got in the stadium about 6:40, and he had a huge contingency that he went over to acknowledge. A lot of Chiefs fans showed up. That's the most I've ever seen.
We travel well.
That it was also supposed to be Rodgers Mahomes, right? So it was that marquee game that everyone probably bought as soon as they saw the schedule come out in April,
and we're never
May.
We're never going to get that one.
And Buffalo, we see New England, we see Dolphins year after year, but it's once every 6 years that the Chiefs will come in. So I was shocked with how much red was there. I had some good guys near me too, man. We had a lot of fun, a lot of banter back and forth. There was no fights that I saw.
Yeah, the fight, like every time I pop up on Twitter or Facebook, I see a new fight at every Monday, Tuesday. It never fails that there's a fight Sunday afternoon. It's like that stuff's getting ridiculous. But anyway, but yeah,
it's always happened. The 80s was insane, but nobody had cameras to record it all, right? So we now have access to the fights. You have one fight a week, and like, oh my God, it's out of control. In the 80s, there was 150 people down in the jail in Philly.
Oh yeah. I said that. I was like, yo, they should really think about going back to old vet style and putting jails under the stadium and be like, oh yeah, come spend a night in the Slammer and you won't see a judge for a couple of days.
I know the old stadium had one because I was in it one time for a quarter.
No, wait, things like that haven't really scared me about the team, concerned about it, because it's weird that 23 and 24 points is what they're scoring, and everybody's freaking out like, oh man, they're not scoring, because they're used to seeing them score 35, 38.
Yeah.
So
like when it's 17-0, everybody in the stadium, both sides, is like, holy shit, it's gonna be 40-6.
Oh yeah. And that's how it felt watching the game. I was like,
I had a really funny line at the game. I was like, man, Dick Ebersol runs NBC Sports. I was like, Dick Ebersol must be at Buffalo Wild Wings. He hit the button. He's like, wait a minute. This is marquee game on NBC. We need to come back. Hit the button.
But I mean, and I'll say this now, looking at the Jets, I'm with you. I mean, we've been candid about how Zach Wilson's been treated, and how a lot of the blame is getting put on him. And we've said it numerous shows, and you heard it come out of my mouth. It's not all on Zach. You got to open up the playbook. Nathaniel Hackett finally opened it up. I wish he would have waited till this week. You're supposed to open it up on Denver. You're supposed to open it up against Sean Payton, the man that was talking shit about you.
We're gonna do that. So you think we done?
No, that's when he was supposed to. Oh, I know he's not. Oh, you talking about the game? This will be the best game that he will ever coach up this Sunday. He's going to be in his bag.
I'm excited. I hate that I got to wait till 4:00 here on the East Coast, 4:25. Everything that we wanted, Jets fan. You heard me. You follow me on Twitter. Let it rip. Yeah. We're losing with him not throwing it. Let him fucking throw it.
Just let him go.
You look at the Buffalo game, which there was no game plan for him. He managed it well. He didn't shoot himself in the foot. You look at the Dallas game, the line had no protection. He threw 3 like Hail Mary type of interceptions late in the game because they were down by 20. You take that quarter away, he's got a 4-to-1 touchdown ratio this year. They opened it up. He made some good throws. He got the ball out on time.
They made a change with the offensive line. A rookie Tittman, who was supposed to be a center that we drafted in the second round, has been the 4th highest rated guard the last 2 weeks, and he never played guard before 2 weeks ago in a game. Vera Tucker, who was an MVP for us type last year, moved out to right tackle. Becton moved over to left tackle. And this Sunday, the Jets will, barring any injuries in practice, send out the same 5 offensive linemen for the 3rd game in a row for the first time in several years.
So there's continuity.
Repetition, continuity, chemistry. You get that with the same guy next to you day after day.
And it helps because here's what I noticed about your offensive line. And obviously, I think Nathaniel Hackett finally got it into his head on why he needed to change it up. Is because, I mean, we just got to call a spade a spade. It was Swiss cheese. It was letting up a lot of pressure. The fact that you only because Chris Jones been on a tear.
And it was a combination. Let me just add to that real quick. Zach was holding the ball for 3.68 seconds. That was too long. Against the Chiefs, he got the ball out in 2.52. When you're holding the ball for almost another second and a quarter, that's when you get your sacks. That's when the coverage rolls. That's when they're rolling to where you're staring down. When you get the ball out in less than 2.6 in the NFL, you have a very high completion percentage. The defense can't adjust. The guys can't get home for sacks. So it was a combination of both.
Yeah, and Hackett finally got a little bit smarter with his protection calls and making sure that he was having the right protection, because I thought going in, Chris Jones was about to have a field day, just based off of the performance that the offensive line has been doing, for the first 3 games. And hey, he got 1 sack, but it could have been had this offensive line of the Jets was performing the first 3 weeks, could have been a lot more. But I think some of the changes that you had mentioned made a huge difference, and it slowed down Chris. Like you said,
and that's because he's on the side of the field with Vera Tucker and Tittman, who've been very, very good the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Brian Baldinger, who breaks down things fantastically, broke down Tittman and said that he broke down the first pass attempt of the game where they stunted to have Jones come in on Tittman, and Tittman stalemated him. And he's like, right away, you knew it was going to be a good day because the Chiefs tried to free Chris Jones up on the rookie, and he held his own really well.
Yeah. But no, definitely a game I didn't expect, as in
especially after the opening, right?
Well,
especially after 17-0, like nobody thought that would be the ending.
And so it's just, but the frustrating part about the Chiefs is that when you see them come out like that, is they don't adjust to when other teams adjust, because after the safety is almost when like momentum really just went to the other side and went straight to the Jets. And the Chiefs just didn't recover. And I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? And that's when it does bother me with Andy Reid and the play calling, is like, all right, you gotta, like, you're supposed to be the offensive guy. So here's what's killing me. I don't know how much influence that Matt Nagy is having in his game plan, but I do know last 5 years I didn't have these issues with every enemy. That's all I'm saying. People can make your own, connect your own dots. I'm just saying I didn't see these issues as in trying to adjust and get back in rhythm the last 5 years. Now that OC is no longer there. We got a new guy who was there previously. That's all I'm saying. Come up with your own conclusions.
I got you. I think you got to give the Jets credit too, because in the first quarter we played zone 40% of the time, and the rest of the game we played.
Because Mahomes is a zone killer.
Yeah, exactly. And then the rest of the game we played man 54% of the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we played man 40% of the time early and 60% zone, and then we flipped it to almost 55% man. So, they made some nice adjustments. There was some confusion. Quincy Williams is a dog. That's Quinnen's brother. He at linebacker. He is a dog in the pass game and the run game. Things that have killed us for years is tight ends out in that little fade for the tight end has killed us. Running backs throwing the ball to them in the flat, and now you got Quincy closing in and making these tackles that normally our guys would get embarrassed on, and would turn in a 3rd and 13, throw a swing pass, makes the first guy cut, and they get a first down easily and pick up 20 yards. So a lot of good signs on this defense to adjust to an offense like the Chiefs. And there's no quit in this team, and that comes down to coaching, right?
No, without a doubt. I can definitely say, excuse me, I can definitely say without a doubt, when I was watching the game, that defense has pretty much kind of helped turn that around for you guys. After giving up 17, they probably felt a little bit of embarrassment and said, hey, man, let's get our shit together. And next thing you know, they did. And it gave your offense a chance to catch up with the defense.
It's 7 straight games. We haven't given up a touchdown in the second half.
No, y'all, bro. It was 17 points in the first quarter. There was no other offense for the rest of the night for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Literally 3 quarters. There's literally 3 quarters that Mahomes played very pedestrian. And
you're a punter. Jesus Christ. You're a punter. Even after the safety kicks it 80 yards into the freaking end zone. Jesus Christ.
He made a lot of appearances that are more than I cared to have.
Yeah, we thought he was the least valuable player in the league. He ended up being pretty helpful.
Yeah, he flipped the field a couple of times. And it was just for 3 quarters that Patrick Mahomes was playing very pedestrian. He has 2 interceptions. He could have walked away with 4. If I counted correct.
Should have. CJ dropped one, and then the penalty.
Yeah. So I mean,
penalty.
Well, let's get to that point. The referee in this joint. I just thought it was horrendous on both sides, regardless.
Agreed. It was a poorly officiated game. Being there in person, you don't get to see the angles that you normally see.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how bad the hold on Jermaine Johnson was on the scramble, that they actually called a holding in the Jets secondary. And Jermaine Johnson got held for, I think, 5.8 seconds. It was bad. It was really bad. But that's when we're like, how do you, I don't know. Listen, the Jets lost the game. I know you were like in the Facebook chat. I know Tony's waiting for us to talk about this. Just because I don't say something doesn't mean I am saying something. I was on my Jet show and I'm still trying to comment with you guys, so I couldn't get too detailed. But a lot of fans, not just me, a lot of fans are saying that it's like it was blatant. Like it was every time the Jets got a stop late in the game, it felt like a flag came out, and that you didn't throw those flags like the whole game, and now all of a sudden, listen, you're a good team, you're an elite team. We saw it with the Patriots for 20 years. The premier team gets these calls, and you guys are now that team, and I'm not saying that the referees helped you guys win. You had the lead, the majority of the game. We missed the field goal. We had the fumble on the low snap with Zach. We didn't go for it on 4th and 1 in the second quarter and punted it. We ended up getting the ball back on an interception, but we're a young team learning how to win. As a fan, it's a little demoralizing when you see blatant calls neglected, and you're a team that constantly gets the little tic-tac calls called against you. That's the best way I can summarize it. I don't want to get too much on the refs because it was too good of a game to make it about that, but there was some blatant shit. That's all.
No, I think there's blatant stuff all around, and that's why I'm saying that the refs were just trash in general. It's
I can't argue that.
It's almost to that point where, when you see games like this, and all of a sudden the next day you see content creators, it's NFL rigged, and that's when you start seeing games use this as an example.
When you got the NFL Twitter and Instagram putting up pictures of Taylor Swift saying we had a great time with you last night, and then the referee calls at the end, it's a bad look, right, for the league as a whole.
Well, I got my own theories about this whole Taylor Swift anything. I'm not gonna get too deep into it. That's for another show, another time.
I hope it's not. I hope it's not. I hope that just Travis goes and cheats on her this week.
I just
look up with like Lulu Dippo or whatever the fuck her name is.
Look, as annoying as the situation is, I can't deny the financial benefit that comes with the NFL with this whole situation, because that little cult following she got. Bro, they're spending money. They're spending money, and you know the NFL love their money. I mean, literally, every game that she says she's going to, watch the ticket prices rise because it's happening in my home city. I can't even go to a damn game because if she says, "Oh, I'm going," I'm like, "Wow, fuck it, I ain't going. I can't go because I'm about to get priced out."
Oh, yeah, it's nuts. Did you watch the video of me yelling at Travis Kelce? You had to, even though it's your boy. You know damn well I had some funny shit.
I thought that was so hilarious, and I know he heard it.
And you don't like me, and you don't like to admit that.
But no, I know he heard it.
He definitely heard it. I was in the front row. He was in the back of the end zone. I even yelled at one point, like, they turned the music down just to make sure you hear me.
I know he heard it, and that's what that was the funnier part about that thing. But I mean, look, man, I just wish that officiating wouldn't always be anything that we talk about. It's just, I can understand if the play is something ticky-tack, cool, I'm with it. Blatant calls, and I had this conversation, I think even with Tony on Monday. If you're going to have that call in the first quarter, I'm okay with it if it's in the fourth. Just be consistent with it. Just don't be wishy-washy. You can't be inconsistent with the calls. And because I just, because all you Swifties bringing all this unwanted attention to my fan base, driving me crazy. You know, you bandwagoners that love Patrick Mahomes for over the last 5 years who ain't suffered with us, y'all bringing this unwanted attention.
I feel like it's making, like, did you see my tweet? NFL fans, like, oh, the NFL fan says, you know, the Chiefs are a very likable team. They got a good star, Patrick Mahomes. It's so unlike the Patriots dynasty where you had a villain. The NFL, hold my beer. The NFL is like, wait a minute, we can make you hate them real quick. Watch this.
Tony says refs got to have room for error too, and I'm fine with having room for error. But the NFL has all the capabilities to make sure that they get the call right.
I got a good idea. How do you have 7 people watching 22? How do you have 7 people? Mathematically, it's not. Physically, with the eyes, it's not possible to have 7 people watching 22.
Well, I guess they figured if I got 2 eyes, I could watch 2 people. So it takes 7. We can at least watch
only 14.
Hey, what they're saying is the other 8, you better make sure you're in the right position.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna fuck up, be on the right team.
I mean, at the end of the day,
no one expected this, and like I said, I don't want to make it all about the refs. Every game, there's calls you can always look at and say it was bad. I'm excited that if Zach can do this on a continuous basis, we're going to be in a good position this year. And you know, Zach Wilson, don't forget, he wasn't supposed to play this year or next year, and there was even talks of Rodgers for a 3rd year. With the way the money was set up and structured, he missed out on so much. It wasn't supposed to be a training camp. It was supposed to be every week in the film room, in the preparation, in the how do we attack this team? How do we check this? How do we approach this? There was supposed to be all of that mentoring that he missed out on.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid really got robbed from being a student of Aaron Rodgers. And now Hackett, who designed the whole offense for Rodgers, had to reinvent it to cater it to what Zach does.
Well, yeah, you got to.
There's always. Let me just add this: there's always a learning curve. I say this all the time. You know, when an offensive coordinator, play caller gets with a new quarterback, there's always a learning curve. And that learning curve had to happen on the fly in regular season games.
Yeah, game one. No, game one, literally.
Play 5.
4 plays in. and that was always my biggest thing with Jets fans with some of their takes, because I'm like, you got to give the man a chance to get everything down and get him a chance to get acclimated with not just Nathaniel Hackett, but hey, I know he might have been on this team for the last 3 years. He hasn't always been put in the best position. He hasn't always been surrounded by the best of talent. So he's still in a learning curve of still being an NFL player himself. And now you got to put it in the fact that he knew what his role was in the season.
Yeah.
His role was to learn, hold the clipboard, be in the meetings.
And be a sponge.
Sponge and shut the fuck up. That was it. He knew what his role was.
Yeah.
And so when you get forced to be in the opposite role, as in, all right, man, you got to be the guy. And everybody and some Jets fans I see on Twitter being so toxic. We got to find some type of way to get a quarterback in here. I'm like, bro, why don't you give the guy a chance? Because here's the deal. Not only have you improved the talent around him, which he hasn't had the last 2 years, you actually can just, hey, man, let's just reset. We know for a fact we rocking with you for the rest of the season, because what other option is there out there? Nobody. There's 31 other teams. First of all, there's 31 other teams. They're not giving you their backup.
No.
So they can be in the same position you are in right now? No.
Give us Gardner Minshew. Go get Sam Darnold. All right, why would those teams make that trade?
They're not doing it. They're not doing it.
People think it's Madden.
What quarterback right now on the street you think is comfortable to come in and already be in the learning curve, behind that learning curve, got to come in and learn a new playbook?
Yeah. They wanted Matt Ryan, who's in the booth.
Gosh.
They wanted Carson Wentz, the guy who's hated by every locker room. But these are names that they were throwing out on Twitter constantly. Carson Wentz, he's been hated in every locker room that he's in. He doesn't fit the culture.
Wentz? People wanted Carson Wentz?
Yeah, there was a lot.
What the hell were they thinking?
They don't pay attention. They just hear a name. They don't know the
First of all, Carson Wentz can't even get. First of all, Carson Wentz got paid to get out of Philly. They paid him. They ate money. Yeah. Money literally thrown in the trash. The cap hit that Philly took just to get him out of there. That's how bad they thought of him. And the guy that helped him look good couldn't. So
yeah, I gotta bounce, brother. I'm exhausted. I'm sick. I don't feel well. I'm sitting here. I'm struggling sitting up, man. You can see it on my face.
Is that the reason why you look like that? I thought that was a normal thing.
You have no idea, man. It's been hell for me for about 30 hours.
I just thought you always looked that ugly, but all right.
I do, but nah, fuck you. I'll be on in the afternoon tomorrow.
Go get some rest, you ugly mug, man.
Yes, I will. Thank you. Thank you, Tony, for moderating and making sure we didn't kill one another. You good, bro?
Hey,
shit.
You did a great job, right?
I was about to end the stream. I just got to remove me. All right, later.
Kaepernick sent Jets owners a letter. Yeah. And guess what? I threw them shits right in the trash. What the hell is Kaepernick going to do for me? I know some people might get mad about that statement. I don't give a damn. What the hell is Kaepernick going to do? This man ain't played in 7-8 years in the NFL. I already said this a couple of weeks ago. Kaepernick is not. Look, people, we can't do this every year. And what I'm saying is we cannot do this every year. Oh, a quarterback gets hurt. A starting quarterback is out for the season. Who we need? Oh, Kaepernick can do it? No. This is my last time saying this shit. He will never, ever be in the NFL ever again. And it's not because he can't play football. It has nothing to do with football. It's because I told y'all this about a month ago. He will never be in the NFL. It's because he got money in a settlement against the owners. He sued them. He won. They are not going to allow him to come back in the league and get another damn check from any owner in that league. It's not going to happen. I don't care how many letters Kaepernick sends to any franchise saying, "Hey, I'm ready. I can be." No, they don't give a damn. You talking about colluding? You think they colluded? Of course they colluded him because they settled. They didn't want to go to court. They said, "Look, man, take this shut up money and shut the fuck up and get out of our league, please." So no, they are not going to allow him to come back and get another check. Like, we got to kill this Kaepernick shit. I don't give a damn how many letters he sends. He can send letters all day, every day. Kaepernick will never step foot in the NFL locker room, on a field, nothing. It ain't gonna happen. Never. Ever. Tony, what's up? Talk to me, dog.
What's good, Mark? Hold on, let me turn you down.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, man. That Kaepernick, man, that's a pipe dream, bro.
Not only is it a pipe dream, it never happened.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Cap is a rap.
He been a rap. It's been 7-8 years, Tony.
Yeah, no, that's what I said too, bro. And you know what's crazy is that I'm upset with J. Cole. I didn't know J. Cole co-signed that letter.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, come on, man. Now I gotta take you out my rotation for a week, Cole. I ain't want to do that.
What's up, O? Shout out to my man O, Ball and Buzz Sports Entertainment. Y'all tap in with him. But I know I ain't crazy for saying this. It's like, because, all right, so when the whole Cap situation went down, I understood. Cool. I was able to, hey, I rock with you, Cap. I understand what you're standing for.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the things that he did, I wasn't 100% rocking with. I'm like, hey, man, you can't, preach this and do this. Make sure you're always
Facts.
Your actions and your words line up. That's just my opinion.
Facts, yeah.
It's my opinion. Now, when it comes to the football thing, they're not going to allow him to get another check because he did something that has never been done before. And if it has happened, it's a rare occasion that it has happened, and they're not trying to let it happen again. He took him to court. He sued him. Said, y'all colluding on me, y'all this and that, and went through the proper channels, the proper legal channels. And then it came to a point where the NFL owners are represented by a group of these head honcho lawyers, and they say, hey, man, we're better off selling this. Just give him his money, get him up out of here. Because if we take it further, that means there's more exposure to a lot of other things. Are you sure you want this to get out? Let's play the politic games, because that's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
At that point in time, it was, hey, man, them lawyers looked at our owners and said, hey, man, y'all pay us a lot of damn good money to represent y'all and make y'all look good.
Mm-hmm.
If we go past settlement and go to court and bring more stuff and got to expose more stuff, y'all ain't going to look so good. Come up with a number and let's get them up out of here.
You know what I think it was? More, I mean, that's all facts. That's documented history. But I think they was under pressure from the media, man, because a lot of these knuckleheads, ESPN will gas you up. Nike put money behind them.
Yeah.
Knuckleheads love their Nike, so anything Nike endorse, they gonna endorse. So, but I think it was some media pressure on them as well.
That's
and
it.
I think even now, that's why they don't want them in there, because wherever team signed Kaepernick is coming with a circus, man. You coming with. So why didn't y'all sign Kaepernick these past 6 years? That's gonna be the number one question. Whoever signed them gonna have to ask, why didn't y'all sign them early?
That's what I'm gonna say. Why now?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just why another. Now? You know what I mean?
And now I'm with you on that. And the crazy thing is that, even if you factor in the football part, he ain't played in that long. It's not like he's been playing competitive in XFL, USFL, Canadian football. Yeah. This dude been chilling. He's been doing his activism shit, which, hey, respect. Do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
But when you want to say, hey, I want to play football, no, be specific. You want to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
Now, come on, man. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
No, that's a fact. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Cap played itself. I don't know. I mean, it's 100 different ways to be an activist for your cause. Yeah. Don't do it at work, bro. You a millionaire. You a 49ers quarterback, so your exposure would have been there. There's 100 different ways. As much as I can't stand LeBron does his activism for the most part the right way. Sometimes he'll bring it out in public, but for the most part, you only hear LeBron talking that activist stuff on his social medias off season. So kudos to him. That's how you're supposed to do it. But yeah, when you at the job, it's like, you know what? This is a good time to show how black I am. All the bosses looking. Oh yeah, let me go, bro.
Ain't no cap though. Like, come on, cap. Like, yo, you really showing out that other half of you, dog? Like, come on, man. Hey, pull out the other side and let your ass relax, because you chilling. You need to chill right now, dog.
Please, man. And you know what? I wonder. I can't. I hate to even make like a race thing, bro, but this is anybody out there. Like, if you go to work, you have to have it's a certain standard and a policy in place. There's a reason why businesses say you can't do this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, man, Cap, man. But he got his money though. I heard Nike got him good. He got his little. I think he got a book. No, I know he definitely had the Netflix series. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh yeah. Trust. He got money from the Netflix joint. Nike gave him a big ass deal, and hey. And the thing that we really can't even talk about, because it'll never be because of legally bounded contracts and a non-disclosed agreement, we'll never know about the amount of the settlement he got, which I know had to be a crazy ass amount.
Yeah, nah, for real. Yeah, I think he just doing all of that stuff when he be talking about coming back to the league. It's just a photo op, probably a way to troll the owners.
Hey, I got you.
Yeah.
I did something to you that most people ain't. I get
your money paid for this practice session.
Hey,
Cap.
Hey, I'm still ready. When are y'all gonna sign me? Hey, because real talk, he is pushing that limit because he's trying to see which one of them is going to be dumb enough to break that bond of the owners and sign them.
The Ravens did. They would have stunted Lamar Jackson's growth real quick.
Right.
You know what, too, bro? I didn't really understand outside of that 1 year that they went to the Super Bowl. After that, Cap was kind of trash. You know what I mean? He had probably one serviceable year after that, but it was kind of like, once you have that run, it's kind of like they be done with you if you don't get them back to the Super Bowl next year. Why you think Jimmy G ain't with the 49ers no more? That just wasn't a Brock Purdy,
Amen.
Jimmy G. He couldn't get us back, so we going with the kid.
Hey, man, we gonna have to set that up on another show, because I can dive so deep into that whole situation, because you got to take into the play on the field, into the factor. You do got to take into the franchise and where the 49ers were in that factor. Because I think there's a lot of nuances and elements involved in that whole Kaepernick situation in 2016 that I think can either, I'm not trying to sway nobody's opinion, but at least open people's mind and opinions on exactly what kind of really went down with that situation.
Yeah.
Because I just think there's a lot of nuances to that joint. And some Kaepernick's fault, some not.
No, 100%. I agree with you on that. You can't just throw it all on Cap. I do want to Cap initiated by being trash on the field. Anytime you get replaced by Blaine Gabbert, pink slip. Hey, bro, we gotta start hashtag pink slip. Sorry, Cap. Blaine Gabbert, bro. And he's still in the league, bro.
Yeah, he's our backup. He's our backup in Kansas City, dog.
His name in fantasy football somewhere. I'm like, Blaine Gabbert, boy, that's about funny, man.
He's now behind Patrick, and he was behind Tom Brady the last couple of years. Yo, so this dude Blaine Gabbert gets in the game against Chicago. We blowing these jokers out.
Yeah.
This bum throws 2 interceptions, bro. I'm like, yo, what is we doing? I was like, yo, wait, hey, man, put Patrick back in. Nah, bro. Like, what the hell going on? Like, come on, man. See, that's why your ass is. See, Blaine. Okay, Blaine. Let's do better, dog.
Y'all can't pay nobody else though. I ain't gonna hold you. Patrick is the backup quarterback.
Hey man, you don't get no days off, no reps off, no nothing. Getting our return on the investment. Playboy. Yeah, and we just restructured your money too. Hell yeah.
Otherwise, you know what I hated, and I don't mean to extend the show, bro. I hated that y'all.
No, we good. Matter of fact, hey man, we keep this shit rolling as long as we feel need to, bro. I don't care.
As a bit, I was trying to get up here with you and Shine, man, but the family stuff had to happen as well. But man, we were gonna keep it rolling. Bro. I wanted to bring up. Damn, it just slipped my mind. We're talking about Kaepernick, Blaine Gabbert. Damn, it just slipped my mind, bro. I'm sorry.
Now you good. But we were doing our report cards of the quarter mark of the NFL season. Hey, okay. Brad, we just got to call a spade, man. Cincinnati's a disappointment as hell right now. Quarter mark season. Hellified disappointment. DM, I'm disappointed in, just pitiful play. Call it what it is. It's just pitiful play. But surprising team, man, and I said it earlier, man. I'm surprised how good the Texans been playing at 2-2. I just didn't see it coming. I must have downplayed the whole D'Amico Ryans factor. I mean, kind of give me some of your teams that you so far at the quarter mark that you would say a disappointment and one might be a surprise.
Yeah, definitely them Bengals. But just to shoot some bail, I want to be fair that Joe is dealing with an injury that I don't think he's I think it's more serious than we know, but he's playing through it.
Yeah.
So I mean I think the Bengals they go as Joe go, of course. So if he all that talent they got on that team is essentially worthless, and the Bengals have always had a talented roster, if you will. They never had a Joe Cool back there to lead it, but I was thinking Miami is my surprise. I ain't think they just took that L to the Bills Mafia, but it's not exactly that they're winning, it's how they're winning. You know what I mean? They just coming out blowing everybody, pretty much blowing the doors off the hinges.
Everybody.
Yeah, I mean, except for this last week, I guess you can count Bills Mafia starting to pick up their momentum. Detroit Lions are shocking me every week. These dudes finding a way to win.
Yeah, they're doing their thing, man.
I'm trying to think of somebody who's a disappointment. I think the Vikings, man. After last season, them edging out so many of those close games, and they losing those same close games this year. I mean, not necessarily close, but I think this is gonna be the last year we see Kirk Cousins as a Viking.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. I mean, them winning them one possession games like they were last year. Yeah, it looked like that old 4-leaf clover and that old golden horseshoe them slipped out y'all asses this year, huh? Because they
was riding. They was really hanging their hat on there. Like, 11 wins, one possession, bro. We winning the Super Bowl. Like,
all right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. Believe that shit if you want to. Yeah, man. Just interesting quarter mark of the NFL season, man. Man, in the sports world, man, what's popping into your head right now that you probably had something, that you really need to get off your chest, you need to talk about, rap about? Talk to me, Tone.
Well, more, let's throw some bars around about this Damian Lillard trade, man, because I'm gonna be funky, man. I know a lot of people. I'm hearing a lot of people from the mainstream, some of my peers in the YouTube. A lot of people really gun ho on this Dame Lillard trade, and I just want to say right now, bro, I know a lot more people listening on your channel than mine. Dame Lillard is not a championship player, y'all. All right, he's been around for years. Now, you may like him, you may this, that, and the third. Dame has you know what I think? Dame, when he chose his big contract a couple years ago, instead of leaving Portland, when he chose his contract, then man, I call it the Carmelo Anthony effect, where Carmelo was supposed to be in Miami, and he decided to take that big contract in New York. He was like, I'm gonna get my money and then let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah,
I think some players, and I don't know if you recall Gilbert Arenas, he made a little joke about how some players, they play their championship is that big check. They don't give a damn about a ring. You know what I mean? I think Damian Lillard is one of those dudes, and he really about to be exposed playing with Giannis. So What do you think about that trade, bro? You think that's a championship move for Milwaukee or what?
I always thought it was a move that keeps him at the top of the Eastern Conference, and that's about it.
Impressive.
I love Dame. I've always been a fan of him. Good outside game. Can shoot from anywhere he want on the court.
Elite, yeah.
Mediocre defender, but I at this point I can't even the basketball fan in me wants to include defense, but in today's NBA is almost mute because defense is pretty much not even cared to fuck about anymore in NBA. But that's not a conversation.
Majority of these teams.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that the whole reason why the Denver Nuggets was able to pretty much run the playoffs was because nobody got perimeter defense. Nobody sticking defense. I mean, the bigs still try, between the Kawhis, the Giannis's, the bigger players, they have to, if you will. But
yeah,
if you look at the guards in the NBA, you got no more elite defenders, man.
No, you're right. So now, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. But Giannis, who is an elite defender, still very limited in his offensive skill set, as if he's not running full speed going to the cup, still got to work on his low post game, still got to work on his jumper, still needs to find a mid range. I think he needs to find a midi before he needs to even step out past the 3-point line, which is driving me crazy because I know he only takes maybe like three or four shots behind the arc a game, but I prefer take one or none.
Yeah, right. Facts.
Just for me, because I know you want to, if you can't get to the 10, then at least hit the midi. So craft that. And that's just for me as a basketball fan. I hate the fact that the midi is a lost art in the NBA. I don't know why that's still a high percentage shot. And it's still definitely a higher percentage shot than the 3. I'm still missing the math on this. Either way, that's for those, mathematician motherfuckers that, whatever they,
analytic.
Yeah, analytic mother jokers. I let them talk about that. I like the basketball part. So yeah, that does the offensive set to Milwaukee. What you do lose in Drew Holiday, a great facilitator, he's going to give you 10, 11 assists a game. That's without a doubt. And I'm not saying Dame can't do that, but Dame he's a more shooting guard as in points than point guard.
Facts. He's in that Steph Curry family. Steph Curry combo guard. Yeah.
So he's more focused on making sure that he's getting filling up the stat sheet points wise than the assist side. That's been his game, and it's not a knock on him. It's just that you're going to miss that when Drew Holiday, he ain't caring about not having 30 points, but he's going to rack up 15 assists and everybody eating.
And at least 2 or 3 steals because Drew is one of the elite defenders.
Yes, thank you.
As far as the elite defenders, is really just him, Marcus Smart, and Luka when he want to play some defense because Luka's
don't say that, dog. Oh, come on, Luka's
an underrated defender, man. You got to look at his defensive ratings. Now he gets a lot of flack for his
because that motherfucker lazy.
No, Luka's lazy when he know that he got that LeBron energy. When he know this team ain't got no chance, Luka gonna be walking. He gonna be complaining. You know what I mean? He got a little bit of that Bron in him. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's right.
It's not a completely negative thing until you see him, whining and quitting on the team. But I've actually seen Luka exert some minutes, more so in his FIBA game. You know what I mean? He'll really play some defense.
Okay, you just ain't seen it in the NBA. You seen it in FIBA. I got you. I've
seen it in doses. I'm not even first. I'm gonna say Luka will play defense.
Hey, dog, that ain't no COVID vaccine in doses, man. What you talking?
That's true. But Luka will play defense. If you got 100 possession game, Luka gonna play defense.
Hey, yeah.
6 to 7 times. You know what I mean? He gonna show 100 possessions, 6 or 7 plays. Luka, he playing elite defense.
Oh, that sounds more like the James Harden theory, bro. Oh, okay. I got
Let's get into that. Oh, let's go viral.
Bro.
Let's go.
Talk about it. Talk about it, dog.
I got insiders. I don't got insiders. But I'm gonna act like I do. This dude, James Harden, man. Do you know this man talked his way out of a max contract with the Houston?
Yeah. I saw the clip of Stephen A. said, yeah, man.
Once I heard that, I'm like, I'm not shocked.
I'm not shocked either.
Because James Harden, man, looking up this one line, he's been a clown for. I'm gonna say, I used to like James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. These all three of these dudes are in the same little category to me as far as dudes I really, really liked in the beginning, but over time they've shown me that they're not really who I thought they were. You know what I mean? I thought Kevin Durant was all-world LeBron level. I can carry a team. He's not. I thought Kyrie was. I thought Kyrie was more of a championship player, but after him leaving Cleveland, he's kind of exposed himself as far as he's just a great talent. You know, he's box office. You know what I mean? You go watch Kyrie, but you're not expecting Kyrie to.
He's box office. He is box office.
I definitely didn't line me up a few Dallas Mavericks. I didn't think he was going to re-sign with us out here, so I'm like,
I was surprised he re-signed with Dallas because I'm like, I didn't see him. I just thought that just the combo of him and Luka just wouldn't work because who's going to come off the basketball? And I know Kyrie has shown more often that he can play off ball. I just was concerned if Kyrie had to play to the point, like, is Luka going to be able to play off ball and be okay with it? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, Kyrie's a good shooting guard. You know, he would be good, and Luka is bad. Kyrie can play off ball. We've seen him do it with Bron, so he can definitely do it. It's just a matter of the rest of the pieces around him. Like, if you got two dudes averaging 30, you know, you still need your role players to average another 60 to win a game. You know what I mean? Especially nowadays where everybody, so they ain't got no defense over there. They pretty much forfeited their defense. But I mean, I'm sorry, just to keep it on the main course, James Harden. I used to think James Harden, when he left OKC, now this is another hot take, guys. I say that the best James Harden that we've ever seen was the OKC James Harden. That's the only James Harden we've ever seen in the NBA Finals. And I only say that because when he left, it's like he had a green light to, you know, be what he is, but he's not. When the crunch time comes, he's not a number one option. You know, James Harden he would probably be like a second, maybe third best option on the championship team. You know what I mean? If he wants to play. Last season, I think it's just he got that Doc Rivers in him too. Like every time this man got a big game, big game 6, big game 7, that's when he lay an egg. And it was ironic that him and Doc Rivers was on the same team. I knew that wasn't going nowhere. You know what I mean? Got two choke artists. The greatest choke artist coach and the greatest choke artist player. Joel, I don't really like him. I like Joel, but I don't think he, you know what I mean? He built like that, but I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, big bro.
Nah, you good. I mean, you're not wrong about James Harden. I think he is sucking, man, for real. It's just this dude has so much talent, and I just think like he's just 100% concerned about the pay and making sure that you know, I get my shine on. And the thing is the fact that he was literally going to get offered a 4-year max by Houston,
32.
and my thing is like, bro, I'm sorry, I don't see James Harden as a max player.
Oh no, yeah, no. That's especially right now at this stage in his career.
No,
you know, but you could tell his mind frame because you know, like Stephen A. said, he went in there talking about, I want to get a scoring title. Like, brother, like stop. That's even if you was to win the scoring title, James, that's not gonna get the team nowhere. We've seen that. You know what I mean? You winning a scoring title does not translate to team success.
You seen it in that same city that they was about to give you the
yeah, and it's like Houston and all their craziness, they wanted this fool back. Like I didn't get that for anything.
Bruh. It's certain things that you don't do. All right? You never supposed to cross the homies.
Right.
All right? And you never take back a spouse that cheated on you.
Facts.
So the fact of the matter is, the Houston Rockets, you the spouse that was loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And James did all he could to get up out of there. Put the little fat suit on. Get me up out of there. And now you just gonna allow him to come back? My thing is once we trade you and you didn't have them circus and them antics leading on your way out, the hell I look like bringing your ass back.
You done ran around me and you done left me with the rent. Like, nah.
Come on.
Hey, come on, bro. You can do one or the other. Don't do both.
Hey, Shorty then she done ran around with the homie. Now you done lost a girl and a homie.
You got the bills, bro. At least you could have dropped half on the.
Bruh. And she want to take the red wedding ring with her. What? No, you gotta come back, baby. What you talking about? I gotta get my money back for this now.
It explains why the Houston Rockets ain't won diddly. You know what I mean?
It makes sense now. It makes 100% sense now.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Go ahead, big bro. What you saying?
It's just wild that Houston as an organization was willing to allow a cancer like that back into their building and give them max money. That's to me, that's the most shocking part, is they were willing to give more max money. And it's just like, come on, man. What we doing?
Foolish.
Come on, man.
I do what they got over there in Houston, you know, with the young boys.
Yeah, they got some young boys over there.
Yeah, Ime. You know, I like more Portland's they lined up, man. With DeAndre Ayton, excuse me, because DeAndre Ayton, man, I was praying for my boy to get out of Phoenix. I think DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker, they should have let that organically kind of grow without bringing CP3. Although CP3 was the reason they got to the finals, I think they stunted his growth. You know what I mean? Because he's supposed to be a 20 and 10 dude.
Supposed to be
an opportunity, but now I think he's gonna get that chance in Portland, barring health. You know, I don't know.
Well, at this point, I think he got no choice because he's I don't want to say he's the most talented player on that roster because there's some talent on there, but I'm just saying he's the most recognizable name right now on that squad. And obviously, you know, is he going to be the number one scoring option? I don't know. I'm probably looking at Jeremy Grant and probably Scoot as your probably top two scoring options. Yeah. Off the top of my head, not even seeing the roster. I know Anthony Simons is still there, and he was looking like he was going to come on pretty strong, but had a couple of injuries. So let's see how he looks coming back, probably at full tilt. So I mean, here's the deal with now after all those trades and them trading Drew Holiday a couple of days later. I actually like what Portland is doing. They got a lot of young talent, a lot of pretty much close to blank canvases that Chauncey can mold. I hope they give him time. I hope they do, because you can't keep switching out the roster and expect him to do great things, and you not giving him the time to put his imprint of his coaching on that talent that he has. So I hope to give him time. That's all I can ask for.
What do you think about Chauncey as a coach, big bro? Let me ask you that.
Obviously, the way that Portland played last year, you saw flashes that they are, they can possibly buy in to what he's doing. Just because of seeing Chauncey play, and I know he's going to have them play defense. He's going to ask them for it because that's the type of player he was. So I'm expecting a lot of personality take on of Chauncey. And so I it's just obviously it's going to be a learning curve because I think it's his second or third year in Portland, and hopefully this will be the last time that they stop rostering switching out. But no, I think Chauncey can get it done. Hell, I mean, that's kind of the trend right now in the NBA. Find a former player that was nice in his prime and see what he can do and see if his knowledge can pass on. And there's a lot of good knowledge that can come with Chauncey Billups. The man was a dog. Because we can't forget he moved around a little bit in the league before he finally settled down in Detroit.
Facts, yeah.
And and what him and Detroit did was some special shit. You're talking about a lot of players that other franchises had given up on, didn't even bother to recruit in college, or didn't even bother to draft in the NBA. You talking about Ben Wallace, who was just put in the Hall of Fame for playing elite defense.
Yeah, 6 points a game for a career.
Yeah, you weren't getting your buckets. What you weren't going to do is go down the paint and yam on his ass. It was rare he got yammed on. Very rare that he got yammed on. But he was either going to knock you the fuck out or he's going to block your shot. Then you look at Sheed. Come on. Very underrated, in my opinion, should be in the Hall of Fame sometime at point in his career, because Rasheed was just a bucket getter.
Mm-hmm.
Rasheed was a bucket getter, man.
Enforced it. That team ain't winning a championship without Sheed. That's why they got him.
Bro,
you need that.
Straight JYD, junkyard dog. And that's what Sheed was. He was a junkyard dog that could shoot. Rip Hamilton. I mean, you're talking about a glue guy, to help put kind of some of the pieces together. Same with Tayshaun. Another glue guy. And then I think Billups was like the ultimate leader to kind of be the final piece that kind of brought everything together amongst that collective unit. So I hope that he leans on those teammates in the magic that they did in Detroit to kind of, hey, come in, kind of rap to the fellas, or hell, come join the coaching staff. But I'm expecting definitely more of Chauncey's personality on that team, where you're going to play defense and we'll get the shots, but we're not just going to let jokers run up and down on the court on us. So, oh yeah, for sure.
I'm really waiting on a Trailblazers versus the Kings. Maybe in another year or two, that's going to be a marquee matchup. But all that youth and speed just going at it.
2 or 3 years down the road. Not right now. You're not going to get it right now, because Portland need to figure out who they are. They got to figure out how this, especially after all this movement in the last week, how is it going to? Obviously, this is what training camp is for. Hopefully, they can figure it out there. But of course, the first couple of weeks of the season is going to be a fill out process anyway, because they got to see how it works against actual opponents. But Sacramento, I think they've arrived. I think they've arrived as one of those teams where you just can't, hey, they're going to be lighting the beam a lot for the next couple of years.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be lighting that motherfucker. Boom! Hit that. Boom! Light the beam. Hey.
And they took the NBA champions. Now, this is Steph Curry balling out of his mind. This is before Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson completely disappeared. They were fairly productive in them series. And yeah, you're right, bro. I got a lot of high hopes for the Sacramento Kings. Definitely like what they done put together over there.
Yeah.
LeBron fans, excuse me, big bro. All you Bron fans saying that LeBron never had a great coach, Mike Brown, Coach of the Year again with another team. So
no, that's all you need to say. That's all you need to say, bro.
Get off the mic, because man, I hate that they be saying that. It was like, come on, bro, y'all disrespecting Paul Silas, rest in peace.
Yep.
Y'all disrespecting. I always like Mike Brown. You know what I mean? Since he to the beginning. And another fun fact, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep it holding up, but Mike Malone, the coach of the Denver Nuggets, his dad coached LeBron for just a second. It goes to show you how old and how much many great coaches LeBron has really had. But just one of them small facts. Outside of the Spo, everybody knows Spo.
Hey, Spo, that man. Hey, let me ask you this, man. So Ja gonna be missing 25 games.
Mm-hmm.
How important you think it is that they got D Rose?
Very, because D Rose is actually from the streets. I know people that know Derrick Rose's older brothers, just on from the south side of Chicago. I don't know his older brothers personally, but no Duke and them, his brothers was really hitters. They was really in the streets. They was making sure that D Rose stayed basketball focused. You know what I mean? So D Rose is definitely, he understands that, how to separate the streets from the sports, because he done seen both. But I also think that having Marcus Smart over there is going to be crucial too, because you got these two veteran points. Marcus Smart don't play games. You know, Marcus Smart, one of them dudes that's all business, a consummate professional. And so if Ja is out there clowning now you got vets in the locker room that's gonna be checking you. Like, all right, bro, you want to do that? You know what I mean? They're gonna go to the higher ups. You be like, hey, this he ain't it. You know what I mean? You might want to let him play out his contract. You know, they ain't gonna immediately trade somebody like a Ja Morant, but you know, if Ja don't get it together within another season or two.
Oh, hey, Tone, this is these sports entities are ran like corporate businesses. If they want to get rid of Ja, they'll find a way to get that money back. Trust and believe.
Right, bro. Yeah, that's a fact. And if nothing else, they put his out the league. Like, we didn't see it happen. Like, we've been looking around like, hey, what happened to such and such? Dude can still play. Like Ty Lawson. Ty Lawson was 28 when he left the NBA.
If you really want to be real, they can find cause to void their contract right now just because of that suspension.
Oh, yeah. You know what's messed up, bro? I would have said, if I'm Adam Silver, I would probably suspending him longer, because it's like, bro, you just got back from getting in trouble for this. This whole season. I'm sorry. You need to sit down. I want you to feel it. I want you to miss out.
I thought he was going to get at least half the season. It's 82 games, so at least give him 41.
Yeah, me too, bro. I said at least half the season. When I heard 25, I'm like, man, game 28, he going to get back in trouble. Ja coming back for 3 games. And he gonna be right back online with the blicky.
Hey,
like, nah, come on,
hey,
man.
bro, you generous to me. I thought he was gonna probably be like a weekend to the suspension and be like, hey, man, I'm about tired of it.
It's like, bro, just a young dude, you know what I mean? And we just from a different generation, you know what I mean? Where it's like we got into our little trouble, but we always kept it off the internet. Internet been around forever, y'all.
Yeah.
It was a code to keep it off the internet. Do what you do, young man.
It's
but
the
keep
camera phones that's getting you in trouble, youngins.
Exactly, man. FBI, Facebook, and Instagram. That's what it stands for. They watching.
You ain't got to tell on yourself. You don't have to do everything online for the chase, for the clout, for the for the likes and the views. You ain't got to. Hey, everything ain't meant to go online, baby.
Talk to him, big bro. Talk to him. And these young men, they need guidance. That's why I try to incorporate that in my channel. Like, all right, let me make sure make a video for the young boys from time to time, because 1, keep your head on straight. 2, keep it off the internet. And 3, watch who you date. It's crucial to your
Hey man, speaking of date, well, I feel like all these cats that got names in NBA, NFL, whatever, they dating the same pool of women. Like, this is there's enough women in the world.
Money, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro, because they don't want to lose their money to a nobody chick. You know what I'm saying? At least if I gotta break up with Kim Kardashian, she not gonna take me for half my stuff. You know what I mean? More than likely. Now, it ain't not the case for everybody. I don't know if you're referencing this Brittany Reiner chick. I just seen that interview with Club Shay. I'm like, she just naming off all these dudes. I'm like, why? Maybe it's just something else. Once you get a certain amount of money, you know what I mean, you just lose concept of morality and dating reasonable women. Like, whoever looking at me.
They need to get a test, make sure they ain't.
Man of the game, bro. I'm married. Hey, look for that.
You need to find out if your joint gonna fall off or not. Man. That's what you need to do, damn it.
Actually, somebody like that's on the internet just doing. Nah, man. Come on, man. You got somebody's kid too. I feel bad for PJ Washington, man.
Man. Hey, man. Some of these. Hey, you just gotta smarten up, but especially in John's case, you just look. I ain't tripping about what he doing, as in having a pistol. Because my thing is, I exercise my right to carry.
Yeah.
So, I ain't mad at him for exercising that right to do that. Yeah. That's in everybody's amendment. That's what you choose. The thing is you can't just be brandishing that joint just for willy-nilly, because the rules of the game is don't pull it out unless you pulling the trigger. That's the best. That's been the rule as far as I know. As far as I was little, and now that I'm grown, that's been the rule.
Still the same rule. Man, what you flowing it out for? If you accidentally shoot that mug and you kill an innocent baby, come on, man. That's on your. You know what I mean? That's on you for the rest of your life.
That's on you.
It is a weapon. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be pulling out a sword. Just it's the same difference. I think it's just a matter of, like I say, bro, we come from a different generation. You know what I mean? These last few years, man, and I'm gonna just throw this out there. I got nephews and everything. This is why, and they watch my channel, and I implore them to watch YouTube, bro, because it's like anybody talking some sense. I like for y'all to listen to them. You ain't gonna always listen to me, but just have somebody around you that's talking some sense. So with D Rose, like I said, Marcus Smart, Ja Morant is in trouble next season when he get back, man. Pink slip him. He out of here. You know, I can't see it the other way.
Hey, he got to get the message somehow. He's either you get it, or we gonna make sure you sit down to understand it.
which segues me into the next subject, bro. And I don't want to take up Zion Williamson.
Oh,
Williamson.
Oh Lord.
Oh man, like these brothers ain't breaking the laws.
If this Pornhub loving mother so it don't sit his ass down,
man, I feel bad. It's like, bro, he's not breaking laws. Let's put it out there. Him and Ja, they're breaking codes. You know what I mean? It's a code out here of etiquette. You know what I mean?
It's definitely etiquette, and they ain't following it.
None of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We used to get violated for it. What you doing with her? That's what everybody young. Come on, man. He out here doing the most, man.
And what you getting the bread on it too?
Man,
bruh.
Man, he took a picture with the baby mama and the other baby mama commenting on that.
You spending the bread on her too?
Yeah, a lot of bread.
Come on, man. He was breaking off like bread, like keep a whole family fed bread. Like
my salary. My salary.
Bruh, he was keeping like on some real like lifestyle bread, like keeping people's lifestyles up.
That's why she was mad. That's why she was. It was all over the internet. I'm exposed you, John. It's just another situation, man. You young boys out there, for the younger gentlemen and all these, even for the cats our age, because just because you older don't mean you wiser. You know what I mean? So
that's a fact. That's a fact. But Zion, and the only issue is, and the only I think, and, I'm speaking for myself, and most might feel this, but the reason why I got an issue with Zion's situation is because you got all this mess coming out to the public and being messy. It's like, bro, it's literally probably the reason why your ass can't stay on the court.
No, yeah. He exposed him for that too. I don't know if you've seen it. So I kept up with the storyline for a little while, until the NBA allegedly got her off the internet. She damaging product, but she exposed him. Like, Zion got all these soda pops in his room and eating all this junk food, and he already got a fat clause in his contract. So like,
yeah, because they got a weight clause in his contract now because they gave him, for some stupid reason, the Pelicans thought it was a good idea to give him the extension. My thing is like, bro, I ain't giving you no type of bread so you can show me that you could, one, keep your weight down, two, keep your ass on the court, three, produce on a consistent basis, and then I give you an extension. I wouldn't have gave him shit.
Say it again, everybody. I think they just did it because he box office. You know what I mean? New Orleans ain't playing for no championships no time soon. So
we getting box office for 23 games. It's an 82 game season. So what about the other 50 plus, 60 plus games?
That's what I'm saying. But me and you, if we the execs, no. Like, I don't care who don't come in this building, fam. I'm going to suffer until we get somebody in the draft. But yeah, man, I guess like I say, sometimes I guess when people get a lot of money, they decision making start getting cloudy.
Decision making's fucked up.
Yeah. And Young Jeezy said, "If cats get that first million, start doing the wildest thing." I could. If I was a young dude that went into the NBA and all of a sudden got $25 million
it's different. Hey, because I ain't gonna cap. I ain't never been in a situation where I got that much money at my disposal.
Same. Yeah, you know what I mean, so we can say how much we want on this internet and be on high.
Of course. But because I ain't never had that amount, I'm gonna make sure that I ain't gonna lose it, and I ain't gonna try to put myself in a position to lose it. So that I do know. That I do know.
And it kills me. These boys didn't work all their life. You've been playing basketball your whole life for this moment. For you to bag, and now this is when you want to party and rest and mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I ain't saying don't have a social life, because that ain't the thing. Have a social life. Enjoy the fruits of your labors. That's what you're supposed to do. But come on, man, you got to move. You got to, just for me personally, because I already move in silence anyway. So, nobody would never know how much money I ever had, because I would move the same way.
That's supposed to be. That's cold. That's why I say we come from a different world, man. We from a different world, man. That's the number one thing, bro. I ain't buying chains and all that stuff. And if I do, I'm wearing it. We out with my old lady, couple of my homies. One time I felt, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, take the pic. That's it. But I ain't flossing. Oh no, you ain't never see me in the streets looking like that. Nah, I rather draw attention to my podcast, not to me.
I'm wearing on my 24
for real. Like, you know what it is. But hey, man, Tone, man, go ahead, tell the people where they can find you at, bro.
Tony the Savant, the YouTube channel, guys. That's the central hub. Of course, I'm on Facebook. Tony the Savant, 2 E's in there. Instagram, Twitter, X, all that good stuff, man. Wherever you are, I'm probably at there too. Also, I.O.W. Sports Network in there all day, every day too. So make sure y'all pull up.
You heard me. Tap in with us. I.O.W. Sports Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Let you know every time we drop new content. I.O.W. Sports 1 on the Twitter. Of course, make sure you tap in with my man Tony D. Savant. He everywhere, man. He everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Tap in with him. And then, of course, hey, y'all want to chop it with me personally? KC Wildcard Mar on Facebook and Instagram. Wildcard Mar on the Twitter. You see it under my name. And that's just what it is. Hey, shout out to my guy, Smitty. He's been in the building. He was like, yo, hey, my man Smitty, he wild. He's like, LeBron is a worse choke artist.
I'm on Facebook. We gonna talk. Well,
hey, Smitty, my guy, man. I rock with Smitty. And then, of course, shout out to my man Omar from Ball and Buzz Sports Entertainment. Great group of fellas over there, Bottom Line Sports. Definitely. Only problem with Omar is he's a Raiders fan. I wish he would get that shit up, but that's like some S&M shit, you know, gluttony for punishment type shit. So
we're gonna go ahead and throw another L on the A record for him.
Hey, they used to it anyway. They used to it. I told you it's some BDSM, some S&M shit. They like that gluttony for punishment because they keep supporting them, you know, keep getting disappointed. But they're gonna turn around and support them. You know, that's some real emotional damage type relationship shit that they like. But it is what it is, man. Hey, man, we love y'all, man. We up out of here. Peace.
Come on. Silent Hill TD, yes. Yeah, smoking so much dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers, know the